Okay, we're looking at question 3 here. And the question is, this is the structure question. Question 1 is comprehension. Question 2 is about language, so the words that are used. And question 3 is the structure question. It will always be the same question covering the entire text. The question is, how has the writer structured the text to interest you as the reader? It's worth the same marks as question 2, but it covers the entire text. Sadly, many students do not do well on this question. We overcomplicate it. And it includes lots of bullet points underneath meant to help, but really it just makes it more intimidating. The bullet points are basically just asking you to identify when things change in the extract, the shifts, as it were, and why they happen. In essence, in a story, things have to change to make it interesting. So your job is to figure out why the writer has made things change in a certain way. And it will always be something to do with help us picture something in our heads, or help us feel empathy for a character, or make us feel scared, or anticipate something happening, or view something in a new way. So here's the question simplified. Where are the words and ideas put in this story to keep things interesting? Well, why do we read a story? And maybe some of you don't read a story, but why are we supposed to read a story? First, it helps to know what makes an entertaining story. Why do we read a story? Well, we've got to care about the characters. There has to be a problem that develops. It's called tension, suspense, or I want to keep reading. And let's say you don't want to keep reading. Fine. But if you can identify when something changes, circle the key verbs and words that describe that change, and consider why the writer changed focus, you're quizzing. It's called contrast, and our current GCSEs absolutely love it. You will always see contrasts in these GCSE extracts. So this is the entire text. Also, because it's an entire text question, you want to find something that shows the world and tone. At the beginning, something further down, middle-ish, that highlights a shift or change, and something at the end where there will be more change or something will happen. So you're essentially looking for 3 points, and if you only have time to do 2, fine, but make sure one of them highlights the change. Capture what the change is, zoom in on it, and link it to the tone. Structure examples. Well, change in subject, focus, zooming in on something to highlight a detail, zooming out on something to see the bigger picture, the use of dialogue, short, sharp sentences for shock, long descriptive paragraphs, or short, sharp paragraphs. Those are examples of structure. And for more, make sure you study my Quizlet set because it will make you more confident in what you're looking for. Stories develop with a beginning or the opening of the novel, which will introduce us to the world. And oftentimes your extract will come from the opening of the novel, and you will see that in the boxed bit at the top. The writer has the challenge of introducing a new world, characters within the world, and a premise where challenges will arise and change will happen. So what will the conflict be, and how will that change the character? So what you want to be looking for? Well, the introduction of a new character, the description of a world, a new problem or an opportunity to hook the reader by making the reader ask questions. What will happen to this poor character? Why is this character doing this? Who is the bad guy? Etc. So next steps. Next, you need to read the entire extract now. You already know the summary from the box bit at the top. You already know the first 2 paragraphs from the previous answers. Question 1 will ask you about the beginning. Question 2 will ask you about another section. but it's time to read the rest. So using your AQA examples and the mark scheme, give it a go. You will find sentence starters and a teacher model in my course to help you be able to format and to be able to assess your work. Good luck.